point out that accountability happens in different ways. Accountability is not just, let's have a trial right now. The police department often talks about the fact that they can't reveal any information because there's an investigation, but they always mysteriously are able to reveal information that criminalizes and somehow puts the person who is dead in disrepute. They always seem to be able to do that without having to wait for the entire investigation to have been completed. And that's the kind of thing that causes the community to react the way that it reacts, because you can't give us information, for example, about who the officer was that was involved in the shooting, even though we have court rulings at this point that say that that's not secret information, that if you have an officer-involved shooting, that the people have a right to the information about who the officer is that was involved in the shooting, but we can't get that. We can't get information about who is going to be responsible, who's going to take the lead role in doing the investigation. It's hard to get that information. But it's easy to get the police account, over 24 hours later, usually, about what occurred. And, then that information is put out and we have something that says, oh, but the investigation is not complete. Well, why are you only just putting out this information? That is a character assassination, that is a criminalization of the person. And then there are other ways of accountability, such as allowing the family to identify the person. I went down there. I spoke with the Fords and with the family. They were not allowed to identify their son for over 24 hours, at least 24 hours. So they couldn't get any information from the hospital because they were told privacy issues. We don't know that it's your son, so how can we tell you? They couldn't get information from the police. This is not something that requires you to have a whole investigation completed. This is not something that requires hours and hours of work on the behalf of the police before someone should be able to go and identify their son. When witnesses come forward and say, I have a video, the next thing we know, there are, doors being busted in and that video is being taken from them. They're not being asked nicely to come down to the police station. You can bring counsel if you'd like and let us see if we can get a copy of this video. They are being treated as suspects. They're darn selves, And outside of this case, in other cases that I've dealt with that involve police-involved shootings and misconduct, often witnesses are treated as suspects. So, we'll be in court and officers, detectives will be walking up and down the hallways asking people if they're on probation and parole. So we're not talking just about how is the investigation going on in terms of the officers. We're talking about the relationship between the police and the community and how police feel about what is due the community. And it appears that what they feel is that the community is due nothing, that they don't owe the community anything. And that is where the problem lies.